Welcome back, Tigers! In this video, we're building on the screen flow you created in Part 4A and taking it one step further. You're going to learn how to enhance your flow by allowing users to choose if they want to clone the opportunity products to the quote products. We will also add fault paths to our flow to help users if they run into unexpected errors. This video assumes you've already completed the steps in Part 4A. You can find the link in the description below. Let's go check out how to give our revenue teams an easy, flexible new quote process. So we'll come back to our flow, and then we're going to go to our enter quote info. We're going to add a toggle. We'll call this clone op products to quote. Then our question is going to be, do you want to clone the opportunity products onto the quote? The active label will be yes. The inactive label will be no. And then we'll click done there. Now, after our create quote, we're going to add a decision. We'll call this create quote line items. Then we're going to look for the toggle that we just created. Do you want to clone the opportunity products onto the quote to have a value of true? Then if it does, we're going to add a get records here. We're going to get the opportunity products. Our object will be opportunity product. We're going to get all the products where the opportunity ID equals that record ID variable. And then we want to store all of our records. And then we want to choose the fields, and we're going to pull in the price book entry ID, quantity, sort order, your product ID, and the unit price. Now we're going to use one of my favorite new elements, the transform element. This keeps us from having to do a loop. It's so cool. We're going to transform our opportunity products into quote line items. And we're going to select our get opportunity products. See, this is another reason to limit the fields in your gets. Whenever you're using the transform, you don't get that whole long list of all the fields on your object. And if you have a lot, it can make it really slow and clunky and not easy to use. All right, and then we're going to also add in here the quote ID. And then we're going to assign this to a record collection that's going to create our quote line items. So now we're just going to map these fields. So our opportunity product or opportunity line item ID will map to our opportunity line item ID. Price book entry to price book entry, product, quantity here, quote ID is here, sort order, and unit price. Now, if you're using discounts, you'll want to also map the discount or your description. We didn't include those fields here. We're going to do that in a future video when we're doing custom fields and show you how to take care of all that too. All right, now we need to just create these quote line item records. So much easier when you don't have a loop, isn't it? And so you're going to create them from a record variable, and you're going to choose multiple here. That's why we couldn't find it. Choose multiple right there. Now we can find our transform. There we go. And that's all you need to do to let the user choose if they want to clone the products or not. So we'll save this, and then we'll activate. And now let's go back to our quote. Now let's go back to our opportunity, and we're going to refresh. We'll click create quote. And we're going to say, yes, we do want to clone the opportunity products onto the quote. That was so fast. Flow is so fast. Yay. And now we can see our quote line items were cloned over perfectly. So that's how you give your users that functionality to be able to choose the products as well. Now let's see what happens if a user encounters an error when they're creating the new quote from our new screen flow. If we go over to the quote object, we'll see that we have a validation rule that requires the user to enter an expiration date that's in the future. So now let's go to our opportunity and let's create a quote that has a date in the past. Now we can see we get this ugly red unhandled fault error that makes the user think that there's something wrong with Salesforce. Now I'm going to link to an article from Andy from Salesforce Break in the description below. He reminds us that handling errors in our flows are super important, and that anywhere that we're creating a record where the process could fail, we really need to handle that error so the user doesn't see this screen and think that Salesforce is just broken. Now there's a couple of options you have when handling fault errors. We're going to go through a really simple solution right now. We're going to hop over to our flow, and then right at our create quote element, we're going to add a fault path. And then since this is a screen flow, we can add a screen for the user to see whenever an error happens during our flow. We're going to go ahead and add a display text here. I'm going to label my screen error message. I'm going to hide the header, and then in the footer, I'm going to hide the pause in the previous. And then for the next label, I'm going to say try again. Then my display text, I'm going to put a message in there. I'm going to let them know there was an error processing their request, and then I'm going to put the fault message in that the error. We're going to go ahead and go to one of our variables, flow, and then add in fault message. So this is going to be the exact error that's coming from the validation rule to show the user exactly what happened. Now, since we want the user to try again, we need to connect this element back up here to our enter quote info screen. Now we have one other place where this flow could fail, and that is at the create quote line items. Now you may or may not want to have them go to the same error message. That's up to you. We're going to connect this over to our existing screen. So we'll add a fault path, and then we will connect this element to our error message screen here. So now we'll save this as a new version. Now let's go create our quote again. We're going to refresh. We'll put a date in the path. We'll click create quote, and now we can see we get this custom error. Now you can take these things one step further, and you can check for the values in the error. So you can see if this error message contains the words "this quote has expired," and then you can show the user an even friendlier screen. We're going to have a video where we show you some options with handling errors in flows that we use. We use custom errors and record triggered flows that seem to work really well. So be on the lookout for that video coming soon. So when the user sees this error, they can just click try again, and it'll take them to the first screen again. And that's it. That's all we wanted to show you with how to add fault paths to your flow and how to allow users to clone the opportunity products over to the quote products. That's it. That's a wrap. Be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss our next video that will show you how to create a custom clone button that will clone quotes and the related quote line items. It's really hard to believe that this isn't a standard feature available with Salesforce quotes. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.